Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew Cates. I'm the Director of Product Marketing and Evangelism at Claris, and I'm really excited to be with you here today to talk a little bit about the Claris platform, our roadmap into the future, and some changes we're making to it that I think are pretty important. But before we get into it, let me share the standard disclaimer, which is that the information provided in this session is for informational purposes only and is not a binding commitment by Claris. This presentation and any related materials on the strategy, development, release, and timing of any Claris products, features, or functionality remains at the sole discretion of Claris International Inc. and is subject to change for any reason without notice. Okay, having gotten past the exciting stuff, what do we want to talk about today? My agenda is to talk a little bit about the roadmap and the road ahead. And like I said, we're making some changes that you need to know about. And I want to talk a little bit about the release plan, which I'm really excited for. I think many of you know that I'm a 35-year veteran of the platform. I started developing with it in the late 80s, and I've been a member of this community then for decades. And I could be proud of nothing else more than I am about that fact. So I'm really excited to be here with you, and I'm really excited about not just the past, but where we're going into the future with our platform. But before we jump into the future, let me talk a little bit about the past. This is a slide that we shared about a year ago, a little over a year ago in April 2022, when Brad Freitag, our CEO, and Peter Nelson, our Vice President of Product Development, and myself joined for a webinar where Pete introduced the notion of Claris Studio. Claris Studio is a tool that brings cloud-native platform-as-a-service capabilities, and built for high availability so that we can build responsive and secure web apps. The intention of Claris Studio is to complement FileMaker and its tool set and to widen the problem space that our problem solver developers can solve for. Studio is meant to integrate well with FileMaker and to be experienced in the context of FileMaker apps. We're not building it for other developers. It is for you. Of course, we also introduced the new naming and branding of Claris Pro and Server and Go and Claris Cloud and etc. At the same time we introduced Studio and the new naming, Pete also introduced some guiding principles that we had so you'd have an understanding of our intention as we move the platform forward. One of the most important ones in my mind is the one on the right here, the fourth one. It's called Honor the Power of Our Developer. And what that really means is that we want to add no risk to our existing FileMaker deployments for our customers. Pete's exact words at the time were, and I'll quote, "We will honor the power of our developer. This means continuing to invest in the FileMaker platform, and it also means not breaking existing deployments." In short, we understand the critical dependency that our customers, our developers, and our partners have on FileMaker. Businesses and careers depend on it. For us, that is sacred. So when we wanted to introduce the new Claris platform with Studio, we made a decision to keep in market the FileMaker platform. That way, our customers could know that their solutions could continue to work as expected without risk, with continuity into the future as we would advance the capabilities of FileMaker. Meanwhile, we would build out the Claris branded version of Claris Pro and others optimized for integrations with Studio and with Connect. But we understand that's been confusing, that there's confusion in having a dual platform strategy in market, and it's been a point of confusion to determine, well, which one do I choose? And if I do want to move forward to the new platform, when do I do that? And so we get it. That's confusing. We also understand that there's an implicit required migration from FileMaker to Studio, changing the file format from .fmp12 to .claris. Also, last year, when we introduced our guiding principles, we committed to something else that drew a lot of attention, which is the notion that we're committed to a future where we can provide the entire platform, including FileMaker, free of charge to new customers and new prospects who want to try out the platform, kick the tires, test, deploy, build, and when they get to a place where they're deploying with real business value, we could fairly ask for payment. That is a freemium strategy, and that strategy would be supported by an identity management called Claris ID. That would help us support the freemium strategy, the user journey, the licensing, and the integration of all the tools in our portfolio. But we understand that today, for existing customers, some of whom have been deployed for years or decades with the authentication model of their choice, Claris ID is its own adoption impediment as it exists today. So while we will continue to develop and make investments into Claris ID to remove those kind of impediments, it will take us some time to do so And so we'd like to compress the time to deliver the value of our platform to our community of developers and customers. So we're going to change things up a bit. What are we going to do? We're going to introduce Claris Studio and making it available to existing FileMaker customers. Then it can be integrated with existing FileMaker solutions without changing up those solutions. Solutions can be deployed on the server you want, in the model you want, with the authentication you want. And then you can build things in Studio. And if you want, you can integrate the Studio data and tables as external data sources into FileMaker solutions. This would then, of course, eliminate the need to migrate at a later time to the Claris branded platform, which is its own advantage as well. And so our goal is to do this and to do it soon. We believe we can introduce Studio to our FileMaker customers before the end of this calendar year. Now, we would still continue to invest in identity management and infrastructure and the things that we need to do to make the Claris branded platform redundant. At that point, we can deprecate it. And then we'll have Claris FileMaker Connect and Studio working together. And we've achieved essentially our goal, which is to have a Claris platform with the entire tool set that can simply be understood as Claris FileMaker plus Connect plus Studio. We think this will obviously eliminate the confusion of the dual platform strategy, and it will make it simpler for you to understand the journey forward with the new tools so you can try them out for free. And hopefully it will help us clarify and simplify our communications to you going forward about our roadmap and the technology progress into the future. And we got a lot of ideas and a lot of things to share, and we want to make that very clear. We've been experimenting our way towards this model for some time, and we've gotten a lot of feedback from y'all over the last year. You'll note that a few months ago, we launched Claris FileMaker version 2023 with free access to Claris Connect available at that time. And so there's two parts to that launch. One was we wanted to make a very clear branded commitment and message to market that we're committed to FileMaker and its future, not only in keeping it current in the year 2023, but you can reasonably expect we are fully invested into the future, and we intend to have a FileMaker 2024, for instance, right? So we are all in on FileMaker as the foundation and tool set for the Claris platform. And then the Claris Connect, making it available for free, is a way for us to experiment with offering the platform for free where customers can test it, try it without a time limitation, build using all the capabilities of the platform, and at such time as they see value, convert to a paid relationship with us. And after just a couple months, that has been really successful. The uptick of free signups for Claris Connect has been enormous. We've gotten several thousands of customers that have signed up for it. Our instrumentation shows that there are a lot of flows, a lot of steps that are being used as people kick the tires and test the platform. And some of those customers are converting to paid relationships with us because they have found the value in the platform and the ROI that they need for their business. That is exactly the kind of model that we believe we need for the platform for the future. So it's been a great test. And that's why with Studio, we're going to do something very, very similar. We'll make it free to customers that have active subscriptions with us on current version FileMaker so that they can build, play, and test and integrate Studio data with FileMaker. And again, if you find value, we'll have an option to license. How will we do that? Well, we'll retain the Claris Bundle program, which we've had in play, as well as the Problem Solver Circle Site license, both of which allow customers to license all of the tools, FileMaker Connect and Studio together without any limitations. Meanwhile, we'll keep in market our standard FileMaker licensing, and it will continue as is. So you can continue to use FileMaker and understand it as you do today, and then try out Connect and Studio and see if they work for you and if you like them. And eventually you can move up to a different license if you prefer. And as I said before, we'll continue to invest in the technology toward a future where we can allow for FileMaker to potentially be available for free as well, and figure out a way where we can license it so that customers can step up and pay for functionality as they wish to adopt it for real deployment. We'll have more to say about that next year in early 2024. So more information to come. And I mentioned this before, but just for clarity, because I think it's important, how we describe and understand our platform is just much simpler. We are simplifying to one platform, which is the Claris platform, and it comprises FileMaker, Connect, and Studio. FileMaker for building powerful apps in unrivaled power for managing your operation, ops apps that run anywhere you work. Connect, of course, for rapidly integrating your whole technology stack and automating data flows and repetitive tasks. And then Studio for rapidly solving cloud-native use cases, like building forms and collaborating on data as teams, all in one super simple experience in a browser for both development and consumption. We think the three of those together are a very powerful combination. And we do have lots of plans for all of the products in the portfolio. On the Connect side, actually, there's a lot of energy there right now. We want to capitalize on that and show our customers who are trying it that we're advancing it. We will have custom connectors available for our customers very soon, so that if you're not satisfied with the dozens of connectors that we have and you want something that we don't, you can build a connector for any RESTful API and essentially integrate anything. Meanwhile, we continue to advance our portfolio of connectors. We recently launched the QuickBooks Sandbox connector and a Clarify AI LLM connector. So if you want to experiment with that, you can. And we're going to have a Studio connector, right? We want our platform to be fully integrated, so you can integrate Studio with FileMaker or Studio with other things through Connect, even through to FileMaker through Connect, if you prefer to do that using the connector model. Then on the FileMaker side, we've had a very successful launch with 2023. We have lots of plans for VREVs that are coming up this year that will enhance the quality of the product. We're bug fixing, improving performance, and doing more. We've had a delay in getting out FileMaker Cloud 2023, but we are imminently going to launch FileMaker Cloud 2023. The delay was because our data analysis showed we had a lot of customers with old version clients that could not actually connect to FileMaker Cloud 2023. And we're proud to say that now, after some communications and time, well over 95% of our connecting clients are coming in with supported versions, so we're ready to go. And in Pro, I said we're looking at other capabilities and functionality. We'll have more to talk about that in the future. One sort of nifty one is that we did add a script step to allow you to trigger a connect flow. We're going to improve on that a little bit, make it a little simpler to choose a flow graphically in the product. That's coming soon. On the Studio side, we're looking at building quality of life enhancements, really making it feel more cohesive, focusing on the basic use cases for forms, and then we have many other use cases that will follow in our attention on it. Again, we're going to make it for free as soon as we can so that you can test it, give us lots of feedback. I'm sure you will, and I look forward to that. And of course, on the infrastructure side, not only is Claris ID on our radar, but we've done the work that we need to do to start globalizing the data centers for the platform, and so we'll deploy them to other countries, probably starting in Japan and Europe. You are high on our list, so we'll want to get Studio available wherever our customers are as soon as we can. Having said all that, I just want to thank you. And again, I've been a developer with the tools that Claris provides for 3 decades. I know many of you have been there as long as I have, and I am honored to be a member of this community, and I'm super excited about where we've come and where we're going with it, and I cannot wait to see you all in person again. I should drop a mention that we do have Engage Live coming up in February. I hope you've saved the date, and I look forward to meeting many of you there and having some rich discussions about how we carry the platform into the future. So thank you. Thank you very much.